Girl gets caught cheating with her mom's fiancé. And the crazy part is this isn't even the worst part of the story. In this video, I'm going to share one of the most messiest and most heartbreaking family stories I've ever seen. And then I'll share two powerful lessons that we can learn from this to improve our lives. Let's get into it. By the way, hello, I'm Victor. I'm a life coach and a teacher, and my mission is to help us all feel empowered and inspired to improve our dating lives, build self-confidence to help us live the life of our dreams. How does that sound? This story comes from the amazing TV show, The Karamo Show. Now let's get into it. According to the TV show, a woman named Tanisha came forward with a weird suspicion that no mother should have. She suspects that her only daughter, Anaya, is allegedly involved with her fiance. And here's where it gets messy. Tanisha makes this wild accusation against her daughter because her daughter has slept with her man in the past. Damn. She caught her daughter and her ex-boyfriend years ago when Anaya was around 16 years old, which is so sad. According to her account, the boyfriend ran out, and instead of protecting her daughter and caring, Anaya allegedly was kicked out for 6 months by her mother, which is cruel to do to her minor daughter. But surprisingly, fast forward a few years later, her and her daughter rebuilt their relationship, and Tanisha now has a new man, and his name is Marcus. And Tanisha says Marcus is the man of her dreams. So you would hope this is all going to work out and no more drama, but that is not the case. Marcus and Tanisha have been together for a year at this time. They're engaged and they're planning a wedding. They even sent invites. They're going to get married in 2 months when this TV show was filmed. But before they could get married, Tanisha had some suspicions that she wanted to get checked because her intuition started talking again. Tanisha claims that her daughter was doing a lot of inappropriate things like wearing skimpy clothing around her new man. And Tanisha caught Marcus staring at her daughter. And then even weirder, Marcus started calling Tanisha's daughter Big Booty Judy. Now pause. You're calling your fiance's daughter Big Booty Judy, commenting on her butt? That don't sound right. I'm with you, Tanisha. Tanisha was like, what the hell is going on? I need to go on a TV show to expose them. They need to do a lie detector test. But then it got weirder. She caught Marcus and her daughter on late night phone calls. And then the final straw was that for her birthday, Marcus treated her to a $25 meal deal. But for her daughter's birthday, guess how much Marcus spent? He allegedly gave her $150 in cash. So Tanisha was like, hold on, wait a minute. Why is my fiance doing more for my daughter, who's an adult, than me? And on this show, Tanisha says her friend also caught Marcus and Anaya hugging and kissing at a bar. So Tanisha was like, we need a lie detector test and confront them with some help. So on the TV show, Marcus was like, I didn't do anything. And he was denying it at first. But then the daughter, Anaya, felt guilty and admitted on camera that she did, in fact, have an affair with her mom's fiance. And Tanisha was devastated, crying, and when Anaya spoke about why she did this, she claimed that she still carried resentment towards her mother for how she treated her when she was getting assaulted by her ex-boyfriend at 16, allegedly, saying that she grew up too fast and felt treated more harshly, and they never truly healed from that trauma that happened at 16 years old. And so what we're looking at is real betrayal, and it's so messy, and it's a cycle, and it's a wound that never got healed, repeating itself years later in a bigger, messier package. So what are the lessons that we can learn from this to improve our lives? Lesson number 1, heal your trauma before it destroys you. When someone goes through abuse, especially at a young age, it changes how they see love, trust, and themselves. According to this story, Anaya wasn't just being reckless. She was carrying unresolved pain into adulthood, and unhealed trauma doesn't disappear. It repeats. It shows up in relationship. It shows up in bad decisions. And unfortunately, it showed up in Anaya trying to harm and hurt her mother for hurting her. And this familiar chaos can feel normal even when it's destructive. And so it's important for us all to recognize this in our lives and remember that you can't hide trauma behind new relationships, new attention, or pretending you're over it and just moving on. Trauma waits, and when it's ignored, it resurfaces. And I'm a true believer that you're as sick as your secrets. So if you don't heal those secret dark hurts, you're still gonna remain sick. And this story is super sad because also when I was younger, I was also abused by a man at the age of 15 that my mother brought into our house. And that kind of experience doesn't just end, it grows with you unless you face it. And so if anybody who's watching this has been abused, this is your reminder that healing is possible and you need to get help, or it's just gonna keep destroying your life and you can't control it. What helped me heal was therapy, support groups for healing family trauma, and doing body-based healing like yoga, meditation, stretching, acupuncture, massages, putting good healthy foods in my body. Healing is a mind, body, and spirit work. So if you've been violated, betrayed, or silenced, please hear me. You are not broken. You are not dirty. You are not what happened to you, and you can heal. Lesson number 2, take accountability or life will force you to. According to the story, Tanisha, the mother, did one thing right, but also one thing wrong. She removed the man, but she made the mistake by also removing her child from the home. And stuff like this happens more than people want to admit. Instead of asking, "What happened to you, daughter?" Some parents ask, "How could you embarrass me or betray me?" That's what the mother was saying in this TV show. And thankfully, the host, Karamo, was like, "Hold up, wait a minute. She was a minor. We need to hold the adult accountable, the man that you had in the house, not your minor daughter." Accountability isn't about blame. It's about awareness. It's asking, what did I allow? What did I ignore? What can I do differently next time? Because when accountability doesn't happen, life repeats the lesson and the mistake like this, usually louder and usually more painful. So when we get into situations where we've done things we're not proud of and ashamed of, we get to ask ourselves this question: what was my part? How can I make this better? Why am I attracting toxic dynamics? And getting out of victimhood. At the end of the day, this story isn't just about betrayal. It's about what happens when trauma is never faced and when accountability is avoided. Healing doesn't happen through silence. It happens through honesty, therapy, prayer, support, and self-reflection. And grace. Comment below your thoughts and follow for more stories that help us improve our lives, okay? Have a beautiful day.